Alright, so I'm back, and today we're going to go over the viewer responses for the rant of the week last week, which was the Age of Extinction and the Last Night review, along with my thoughts on the Bumblebee movie, which, as most of you know, is pretty bad. I'm not a fan. So, Alex is here. She's going to read the comments. And we'll just kind of respond to them and kind of go from there.
Okay, the first comment is from Scobber. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing any usernames wrong. For me, AOE and TLK basically had the entertainment value as a brainless action flick. The best thing about TLK was the bot designs. Optimus looked awesome, Megatron looked awesome, Nitro looked awesome, etc. But they wasted the characters and basically the movie. Hopefully, going forward with the Bumblebee movie, it will be better. The trailer looks fine, the design looks great, Starscream, yay! So, just have to hope they actually can manage to get a good story into it.
So, the first thing, it's not Starscream, it's Blitzwing.
Well, he says that in his reply.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
So he replied to his own comment and he said, didn't know they named Starscream looking robot Blitzwing. Would make more sense if it was Starscream, not necessarily because of the design, but mostly because he is supposed to be one of the running the show when Megatron is absent, i.e. frozen in the Arctic. Wonder if they have any explanation on where the leaders of the Decepticons are, but I doubt it. That would probably be too much to hope for.
Yeah, I think that's way too much to hope for. Is there any more replies on that one?
No.
Okay, so, it's... Part of me kind of likes some of the bot designs in these movies, but I think they humanized them too much. It was just, it was one of those bizarre things that Bay did throughout the series where it's like, when he was first making them, they were not human at all, with backwards knees and insectoid type designs. And then everyone criticized him for that, and he's like, fine, they'll have muscle structure and stuff. It's like, I think they went a little too far with it. Like right in the middle, like kind of like how G1 was, is where they should have gone, but yeah, they didn't do that. So, and I have no hope for the Bumblebee movie, none whatsoever.
Okay, the next comment is from Blank Stare. How about the fact that they made Earth be Unicron? He said. Do you want the replies now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Jazzy's Prime Stop Motion says, Blank Stare, I always want Unicron like other planet, not Earth. G1 Unicron was amazing. And XX Nacho Prime 69XX says Blank Stare, well, it was done great in Transformers Prime.
So as far as that goes, I mean, Transformers Prime did it the best way they could do it. Alex hasn't seen the show, so I'll explain it real quick. The core of the planet, Earth, was Unicron, who's this evil being, and then he was able to create little miniature versions of himself that would attack the Autobots on Earth while he was waking up, and eventually he was going to wake up, transform, and wipe out all life on Earth. But in the original movie, in '86, Unicron was his own planet that would travel from system to system, eating planets. And so, in that sense, to talk about that, is I think it's a mistake to put Unicron inside Earth, because that really limits what you're able to do with him as a character later on. Because obviously, they're not going to have him transform and wipe out all life on Earth. I mean, then how is Bay going to have the eye candy girls in the movie if he kills all life on Earth? It's not going to happen. So, you're not going to have the hot 14-year-old girl holding an American flag and a beer in a Bay movie after they kill all humans. So, yeah. I think that's really limiting to do that. It worked in Transformers Prime. I don't think it's one of those, like, it worked this time, but let's not do that again. You know what I mean? So, next.
Nathan Simmons says AOE and TLK are junk. We got a couple of okay toys out of them, but that's about it.
Yeah, I don't even think the toys were okay. Like, for a while there, I thought Nitro was okay, but now it's like, no, he's crap. They're all crap. Screw them all. Throw them in the trash. Burn them.
Okay, this is a long one.
Okay.
Okay, Jazzy's Prime Stop Motion says, Cybertron from this universe looks like a beehive, hexagonal shapes, and grass on Cybertron, question mark, but nice. I like Bay's Cybertron designs from the robots and alien ships, looks awesome. Soundtracks, Steve Jabalon. King. Sorry, this isn't making sense to me. I like the new designs of Transformers. Looks like so much humanoids, but in G1, robots were similar to humans. I prefer old Optimus designs from TF, ROTF, DOTM, and AOE Evasion Mode. He looks like G1. I want the windows on Optimus' chest in the new designs too. New Night Design Optimus, don't bad. I like and I love Voyager TLK Prime, which I have in my collection, but I say the DOTM design was best. New upgrade chest and new weapons, new trailer. I called AOE second B design Gold Book. Story from this universe, I think Bay, not bad director, but he have his way. Transformers Prime was better than films. Bay, TF, haven't characters.
I'm not sure.
The grammar was a bit odd on that one.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So,
if you want to read it, do you want to read it? That'd be easier.
Let's see. I'm gonna try. So, I mean, I did like the way Cybertron looked. And then as far as the grass on Cybertron, you know, they said it was Quintessa was the thing, but honestly, it resembled more of the Beast Machine's Botanica. If you go watch Beast Machines and just look at Botanica and then compare it to Quintessa, you'll see that that's who it was more based off of rather than a Quintesson, because she was really plant life type. Let's see. The soundtrack in the first three was okay when it came to the original scores for the movie to an extent, but 4 and 5, crap. Everything about 4 and 5 was crap, I think. Yes, I do apologize to go ahead and just disagree with you here, but Michael Bay is a bad director. The first 3 were good, but then you look how bad 4 and 5 were, and then you go back and you look at other things that he's had his hand in, the Ninja Turtle movies. Pearl Harbor, good God, that was a terrible movie. Alex, have you seen Pearl Harbor?
Yeah.
Okay, what was your thoughts on Pearl Harbor?
I liked it. So
she liked it. But it was...
I mean, it's not good for... It's more of like a romantic movie.
Yeah, it's like a romantic comedy when it should have been a war movie.
Yeah.
And it's like, and all it did... they got a few big Michael Bay explosions because everything's got to have the fireworks in it. Which really, again, going back to last night, why would Knight in Armor shooting a catapult have an explosion that has fireworks in it?
No.
Okay, moving on.
The next one is from Churro Man NSW. So soon. Great, you gave us a new rant, and thank you.
You're welcome. I'm trying to get back into the swing of things and get a new rant every week. I was going to do a bunch of rants this week, but then Dinobot came and that kind of superseded everything. So yeah.
Okay. Another long one from Michelle Castillo. It is very clear that they didn't make the two movies thinking of continuity. First, they made us think that they came to Earth looking for Allspark. Then it was because of the sun. They tried to drain it. Then it was because they were looking for Sentinel, who deserted, and the space bridge technology to slave humanity and restore Cybertron. By the way, they were going to bring Cybertron to Earth.
Right.
Next one, the creators came to Earth to create Transformium. Is that how you say that?
Transformium.
Transformium. Later, they came in medieval times and granted the magic staff, and Optimus called them their brothers and kind of acknowledged them, hinting that he knew them, but they were not mentioned at all in the previous movies. And lastly, as you well said, there is Unicron. Unicron, yeah. It seems that they took several pieces from many different Transformers series and tried to mesh them into a coherent story, and the result is obvious.
Yeah, so, I mean, like I said in my previous rant a couple weeks back, where I was praising the first three movies, obviously they didn't actually sit there and make the plot over the course of all three movies to be one big coherent thing. I mean, they're not like Christopher Nolan or something. But you could kind of make it all tie together. But when you go into The Last Night and Age of Extinction, they just throw everything out. They just do whatever the fuck they want. It's like, oh, how can we make explosions in medieval times? Let's do that. Or, it'd be cool if we see aliens bombing dinosaurs. Seriously, is that plot even remotely necessary for any of the movies? But yeah, I don't know. It's mind-boggling is what it is.
Okay. Nacho Supreme 69 also says, I warned you not to watch The Last Night.
I know.
Sean 13673 Serona 13 says, I think Bay's gone senile.
I think he's always been senile. I think he's just getting more eccentric.
Maybe he's just not a good director.
Or that. Not a good director. And he's got some issues with young women.
Yeah.
He really needs to seek help.
TJ Bowman says he was in the movie just so he could say, Hot Rod. Is that
Yep, probably. I mean, seriously,
so.
Other than that, that's all he says. So it's like, oh, such a terrible movie.
Okay. Dinobot Kiryu says, I wonder if there will be some kind of comic book or animated film that will be made to continue from where The Last Night left off, since they are officially stopping.
Unless the Bumblebee movie is successful, then they'll start right back up. That's why I was saying at the end of my last video, don't go see it in theaters, because if everyone goes sees it in theaters, even though they know it's going to be garbage, it's going to give them all this money, and they'll be like, hey, you know what, we can keep making this crap. So don't go see it in theaters. If you want to watch it, wait till Redbox. That's fine. Everybody Redbox it. But don't go see it in theaters. You're not helping. You're hurting.
Riverbot says, you rock, John.
Thank you. Short
Daniel.
and sweet.
What?
Short and sweet.
Oh, yeah. Daniel McLung says, I warned you.
I know.
Dinobot Kiryu also says, is there anything that you think could make Transformers become quality again? P.S. Do you prefer RID 2015 or Transformers animated?
Okay, so as far as Transformers being cool again, I think, I mean, they're always going to be cool, the Transformers. As far as a live action goes, reboot. Cancel everything and start over. And follow more. See, it's so hard to do the live action ones, I'd say. I mean, it'd almost be, and we haven't had one of these in a long time. And they're so few and far between when we do get them. I think they should make an animated movie. Go back to the old 80s style animation, minus the errors, and do a new movie like that. I mean, none of that stupid CGI stuff, and none of this trying to mesh it with live action. I think they should go back to that. I mean, maybe I wouldn't maybe continue G1, but maybe like reboot it. And see how that works, because I think with the old animation, if we got an old traditional drawing type cartoon, some people or a lot of people will go see it. I know I would. And then as far as 2015 RID, I got about 3 episodes into it and then I gave up. And as far as the animated goes, I actually the more you watch with animated, the better it gets. The first season, it's really kiddie, but as you go, it gets more into the adult themes and it becomes a lot more enjoyable. And it's actually a pretty good show. I really liked the depiction of Starscream and Megatron. Optimus was pretty good. And one of my favorite lines of all Transformers was when Optimus is quoting Die Hard. So if you go watch the series and you'll see it. You'll see it and you'll know it when he does it. It's great. Next one.
If you notice it, write it in the comments.
Yeah.
Just kidding. I don't
Yeah.
know.
If you know what it is, put it in the comments below.
Blank Stare also says, don't forget how Cybertron could potentially smack the moon out of the way and also throw off the Earth's orbit, causing a chain reaction that could change the order of the inner solar system.
Yep. So to explain it to Alex and those that haven't watched the movie, at the end of this movie, The Last Night, they pull an alien planet into our atmosphere.
Isn't that the unicorn thing?
No, Earth is the unicorn thing.
Okay.
So this is now a new planet that's in our atmosphere. And Bay just kind of ended it like a happy ending, but if you put a planet in, not just in our solar system, but in our atmosphere, it's going to wipe out all life on Earth. Because
That doesn't make sense.
Does it make sense?
No.
Right. Well, because it's like you put another planet in our atmosphere, close enough to be touching our planet.
Right. Well,
the gravitational pulls are going to just pull each other apart. And then when the Earth's spinning and that's spinning, and it's going to crush the moon. I think it actually crushed the moon when it was coming in there. I'd have to rewatch the movie, which I'm not going to. But yeah, it would reap absolute hell on Earth. Or just, I don't know, everything's going to die.
He just said, fuck physics, I do what I want.
Exactly.
I guess, like Jim Carrey in where he becomes God,
yeah,
and he pulls the moon closer, and it's like, you just fucked with all the tides. And
yeah,
all that
the
shit.
Giant tsunami.
But whatever, you do you, boo.
He got laid, so that's all that really matters.
Erico Barrera says, the only character I liked in Age of Extinction was Lockdown.
Yeah, I think animated actually did his character better. Bay did a decent job with the character, but he should have had a movie to himself. And it would have been cool, if it was, Bay was talking about, all of the characters would have their own stories, an own movie, like Bumblebee's getting his own spin-off movie, and in animated, Ratchet and Lockdown were, huge competitive, so it would have been kind of cool to see a Ratchet standalone movie going up against Lockdown, rather than Lockdown by himself going up against the entire Autobot team and whatever bullshit else that was going on there.
Okay. Last comment is from Black. Oh my goodness, Black Convoy. Pardon me. It's 3 a.m. Just so everybody knows. He says the last night was an abomination.
Yes, it was, and not a good one like in the Incredible Hulk. I mean, it was just it was so bad. It killed me a little inside. It really did. Alex didn't see that movie, and I like to torture her by making her watch bad movies, but I'm not going to make her watch this because I'd have to watch it again. And I don't want to.
So it's not about making me watch it so that you don't have to watch it again.
Exactly. So it has nothing to do with her.
You'd rather torture me.
So I guess that's really all there is. And then I'll have a new rant of the week next week. And I will be doing a viewer question in the near future, and Alex will be a part of that one too. So hopefully she'll be a part of most of these, but kind of go from there.